It is a beautiful morning in Conan Exiles. A beautiful day to show you off a lot of stuff that I have been preparing and or I have been doing some building and or we're going to try to tame a human, and I got a pet, and I got a few couple things to show you, explain you and whatever not. First of all, you can probably see that I've been working here onto my base. There is a lot of new stuff that is showing up right here into the screen. I've got a new sword, which is a two-handed sword. It is very powerful, very strong, but as you can see, when I just hit at something, you can see that it's going very slow back into position. I'm not carrying any shield, so I'm not just yet sure if I would like to have this thing or not. Now, of course, there is also something that I can do in order to get a little bit more protection. And to get a little bit more protection, we can have a pet. And down here I got a shellback level 1. There is a level 2 which is a bit bigger and has a red back, which is actually the same kind that I fought off this island the first time that I came on here. And or you can have a greater shellback, which is even more large. I think it's twice the size of this guy, and very powerful, very cool. And I have noticed that you can only have one of these pets at a time with you. So when you press, you can just pick it up. And this thing is supposed to be also the same with the humans that you can tame. Which sounds a bit strange though. You can make it follow. You can break. If you break the bound, it will just disappear. Cancel, of course, and open the inventory. Now here down, you can see that at level 0 you can level this guy up until a certain amount. Here you can see what kind of food it really likes a lot. And or if I would press E and then go to I from stats, you can see that at level 10 it will get a special perk. 15 and 20 is the same. It has some more stats right down here. And of course there are a lot more options at behavior. We have tactics, we have engagements, and or we have follow distance and all that kind of stuff. It is actually pretty cool. Now I also understand why you can bring one of these, because you know, a lot of people with this kind of games like Conan Exiles and if maybe there is another few couple of games, they always like to compare it with Ark Survival Evolved, and this game doesn't like to be compared with Ark Survival Evolved, which is actually very good because there are a lot of elements in this game that is different from Ark Survival Evolved, as well as having the amount of pets that you can carry with you. It is only one, which I don't find too much of a problem. It is very cool that you can have one buddy with you. The thing that I do like, which should be in Ark Survival Evolved, is actually break the bond, that it just disappear. In Ark you need to you know, make the animal starve, or you need to try to let it get killed by an enemy, stuff like that. And just breaking the bond is just very handy. And what I just really love is just move and guard. You can just rotate and place it down as you like. You can even make like a little market stand and just, you know, it would look like a merchant. I think it's really cool. Now the thing that I also discovered, I tried to look how I can improve the taming, because taming takes up to 6 hours. There are a few different kind of food which makes it tame a little quicker, like 4 hours. But you have to do a little bit of crafting, a little bit of you know, upgrading your skills for that. The best food for the shellback, one of the best food, is exotic shellfish. If you put that in here, you have a bigger chance of getting an upgraded shellback. Of course you also have hyenas. Hyenas like to have feral flesh, but also for discounts, the better the food, the bigger the chance of getting a something else than the standard type. So that is that. As you can see right down here, I've been upgrading my base just for fun. I needed to wait for the shellback like 6 hours, so I thought, you know, I need to do something, so let's just build. I just, you know, built like a little house down here. I've been placing all kinds of little pots and pans and yeah, whatever not, all the way around. Of course, this is like a, which I like to call a dummy house, so there is nothing in here. I made it too high. There are a lot more building pieces. I think it's really cool though. And building in this game is really satisfying. The amount of different pieces is very satisfying. You can do a lot of fun stuff, and I really like how you can just place certain stuff and things, and that also, if you don't agree with it, a lot of these pieces are pick-upable. So that is really cool. Down here, you know, I just placed some fences, some more pots and pans, and I've been upgrading all of these, you know, platforms where God can stand with, you know, arches or something. I just gave it like, you know, 4 of these doorways, and then I put it something at the top which has a lot of sticks sticking out. I think it's really cool. If I would ever do another kind of base building, maybe, you know, in single player, a different type of base, I would like to go a little bit more insane. Down here, yeah, this was the thing that I was talking about, a little market stand. Now, of course, the show back is way too big, but I think it is so freaking cool how you have all this little extra stuff, like little benches, all kind of pots and vases, and the signs. It's only a shame that if you put like one name in there, that it's very tiny. I think the more letters you add, the tinier it should be, or there's not really a possibility to press enter to have 2 lines underneath each other. So I just made it wanted DRA, John Shack, reward 50k, which sounds like a lot of money, and money is also part of this game. Here we have Timmy and Jimmy, so they know where to go. And yeah, more building pieces, as you can see up on top. I got that thing sticking out, and there is something on top. Ah man, you know, one of the things that I do really love about this game is the whole climbing system. I also discovered, or better to say, I have been reading that you should always keep your spacebar pressed. That if you would undo from climbing, you know, because it's an edge or whatever, and it starts tripping out, if you hold spacebar, it will always take care that it grabs as quick as possible to the wall again, so you don't fall all the way down. Here we have some drums. They both sound the same, but they're both different looking, of course, because you get different kind of faction. That is, by the way, super silly. I've noticed with the fences. Down here we have like a nice middle spot of the whole camp with some benches. You can just sit down here, have a talk, have a munch, you know, stuff like that. I cannot go into first person. So that is that. Yeah, a lot of upgrades. I got a pet. I would like to go to the workbench because, you know, in the last episode things went super quick. So we have a fish trophy. There are a lot of fish to catch. And let me just put this right down here. And this right down there. So this fish is pretty big. That is what she said, I know. So what would be a nice spot? Well, maybe right up on here. If you would have like a rhino head or something that looks very tough, it would be nice to also place it there, because it's, you know, like very big. So that is a nice little addition. It's a shame it cannot make any sound. Now also for today, like I've been saying, we are going to tame a human. I find the word slaving a little bit, you know, it doesn't really fit in this time and age anymore. So we need to just place this somewhere. I just have to think if I would like to come back to this type of deal when we are going back to single player, if multiplayer ain't fun enough. Of course I will do single player after multiplayer, but there are 2 maps for multiplayer to, you know, do a lot of stuff on. You know, in case to just say, do I would like to make a new base or not. Now, this is the lesser wheel of pain. In the lesser wheel of pain, we need to, you know, knock someone out with a club, take some rope, drag him all the way here, press E at near this thing, and then it will be put in the inventory. Now, in order to tame this figurino, we need something like this. And what the heck is this? Now, there is only one thing I find a little bit of a shame, is that certain things in this game you really need to discover by accident or be lucky to discover it. Of course, there is wiki. I always got a lot of respect for people who first time played this game in order to figure out, like, you know, what is going on, how to get certain stuff and items. For example, this too. You only discovered that you can get iron bars, and now it's known in a lot of games, and it says it here like wood plus iron ore is iron bar. But you can also bake stones in here by just putting stones in here. But there are a couple of other things that you can do in here. If you put crystal in here, which I haven't been doing, but I have been reading about it, which is this stuff, which you can get into caves. When you put this in here, you can see it is making glass, and these things is something you need to discover by yourself. Now it would be fun to discover things by yourself, but certain items can be, you know, quite difficult. Now I also needed to figure this out with, you know, this stuff. And by the way, I believe, yeah, now it start making gruel. Gruel is like porridge type of deal. Now it got 10 of this stuff. It's only a shame it doesn't. Okay, now it keeps, you know, adding it up. Okay, so now it makes more and more and more. Okay, that's really great. So that is one thing we need in order to tame the slave. And after we tame the slave, it also needs to have a, you know, an overall pot, if you would like to call it. The same like for these creatures, they need to eat from something. Now, if you ever lose a creature and you're not sure where it's at, but you still want to know if it's alive or not, check out the feeding through. There you can see it is here. But there's also something else you can do. You go to inventory, go to followers. Here you see the shellback. Put this on. You put this on, it should be onto the map like it is. If I would move, you just seen it. You see the little player, the little figurino with the head and body. You cannot really click on it, but at least you know where your shellback is at. It could also be here or there. If you don't see anything on the map, check this guy out. If it's not in here, it will be disappeared. Something I had to discover. Also, let me just, you know, move this dude right down here. This guy is not super strong. You first want to level it up. The best thing is actually to get a greater shellback, because it's absolutely a unit. So this guy, I'm gonna place it somewhere. It cannot be placed here, which is a shame because of this guy. Maybe a little off. There we go. So let's place this guy here, and in here we can, you know, we can save certain other items. Let me just drop that there. So yeah, when they're tamed, they have some food in reach, right? And this is our rope, and this is our club. What I would like to do right away is, you know, get this going. I would like to just grab any of these dudes. And you know, you have like you have humans who are very good at blacksmithing. You have humans who are priests. You got for all kinds of jobs. You got warriors. You got archers, and yeah, you want to take the right person for the right job. But in this case, it doesn't matter. I actually hope there is an archer. Now the thing is, there are two of these. You only want to attack one of them. Ah! Oh, there are an archer. Oh boy. So you can see. Okay. Okay, now we need to take the club. That's very good. I was hoping for an archer. And you see like a white bar. If the bar is depleted, it will drop down. There we go. Now we got the archer. Let me just drink something real quick. I love the aloe extract. You can have 3 different type of versions. This is the weaker, then you have medium, and then you get large. Let me press E. And you just drag it all over the place. This is, by the way, a Conan Exile level 1 archer. This is very good. Archers, you know, you can put it on. Oh yeah, there is another thing that I'm going to show you. More about that in a second. But yeah, as you could see, the, you know, the two-handed is very nice, but it's super slow. Not quite sure if it's something for me. I would rather like to have a shield and arrow, or a sword, excuse me. Since you can, you know, defend yourself a little more. Yeah, it is very slow. Against archers, it is really bad if you need to get on close range. Come on, buddy. It is like walking the dog or something. So we need to grab this dude all the way over here. You want to make sure the rope doesn't break out. There we go. And now we have put the enemy in here. And now I'm going to need to grab a piece of food. Now the point is also with these figurinos, it's going to take a long while. It's just the way how it works. If I would play this game on easy, it's gonna go a lot quicker. So that's why I say I'm not quite sure if I want to, you know, keep continuing with this level, or that if we going to do just a new game and just do it all over again. Of course I will skip if, you know, if that would be the case. So we can get, you know, get some more enjoyment out of the game, because the bosses are freaking difficult. I know there is a cave, and I've not been in there with this character, but there is a cave, yeah, right down here. You see this black hole. You need to get from this side in there. There is a mini boss, and there is a big boss with 3 skulls, and mini boss have 1 skull. And the 1 skull would already be difficult with this character. I will need to, you know, attack him a couple of times, retreat, drink some potions. I might need to do that 3 to 4 times. And the other boss with 3 skulls is even more difficult. The reason why I know all of this, I have been playing on another character. You know, just try to get a little more out of it, to see if it would be, you know, fun to check it out or not. I might just say on the end of this episode we're going to, you know, just go there, just check it out, and I'll show you what I mean with that. Yeah, this thing is going, and as you can see, this is gonna go super slow. If we were to do easy, then it might just take 3 hours. I'm not sure if it's like cut in half, or if it's like it only takes like 3/4 of the time, something like that. Anywho's, now let's put this in here, like that, like that. Here we have an Alchemist bench, and where can we place that? Indoors, I think it's already filled up. Could this fit in here? Yeah, I cannot wait to do multiplayer, because I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, especially because I would be in a tribe. So in here we have aloe extract. This is a bit better than the one you can make in your inventory, but if we would go to feeds, let me just check it out. There should be one. This one. Yeah, this one, level 35. This one is even better. This on level 3. I'm not level 35 just yet. But you can understand there is more and more to get. We can also get different kind of foods in here. And of course you need to unlock a lot of stuff. We have water orb. By the way, it says throw an orb. There are different other type of orbs, like fire orbs, gas orb, grenades, that kind of stuff. Yeah, special potions can be applied to daggers, so your dagger will have, you know, it's poisoned. Here we have a brilliant purple potion that cures everything, so I'm not quite sure. Maybe you can get poisoned by something, then you take this and then, you know, it will cure. I can see some sense in that. Lotus potion, you can get hallucinations. It can go pretty crazy in this game. Now, we also have a grinder. And with the grinder, it's not that big. I like this grinder though. It's really cool. Not too big, not too small. You know, grinder, bones plus overall time is a bone. What is that bone stuff? Oh yeah. This stuff, resin, is something you need for... I can't remember. Yeah, you need that for something too. I got, by the way, feathers. I would like to show you something. Resin, you can get that off drying wood. So the wood will dry up, then you get resin, and the dried wood is for a next level type of deal. You see that thing there? There's a vulture. The problem with this vulture is if it drops down on the ground. Oh, this one keeps laying on the floor. And let me just say 9 out of 10 times it will glitch to the ground. Or else I would have had a lot more of that stuff. So let me just see here. Oh yeah, I got a carpet laying around here. For bees there are beehives. We can make hyena heads on stuff. Just gonna grab it real quick. Do I have any bones? Or did I don't have any bones. No. Yeah? Ah, I got here some bones. Let's just drag the half of it, whatever. Maybe I'm not even coming back to this save. Wait, let's just drop them all in there. So now you can see bone meal. A bone meal can be used also for certain stuff and things. You can have like a press, and in this press you can press fish. And from the fish you get oil. It's also needed for something. Alright, there's a lot of stuff again. Now, tannery table, artisan table. I believe in here you can have like hyena head. Grab you. I only have one. And we have the shell back. Very good. We also have like a water well, and water well uses tar, and tar is something we get from hide, and hide will get to hard leather, and then the stuff that comes off it is tar apparently, which you can use in order to make a well. And a well you can place, of course, in areas where you don't have, I see now, can get you. Yeah, you can place in areas where the land is dry. There's a small little hyena head. Wish you could place it on the door and then it will stay there. It would be really cool. But we could say, let's place this guy here, and let's place this guy here. You know, stuff like that, and there are a lot of heads to collect. So that is that. Anything else in here? I don't think so. Ah yeah, here we have the press. A press needs shaped wood, twine, and iron bars. These are skins, I believe. For the rhino. The only animals you can ride are horses and rhinos, which I think is very cool because rhinos are my favorite animals. Alright, besides that, we have this thing, which is a Caldron. Am I such a fantastic... Oh, this one can go in here. Like that. And in the Caldron we can make an alchemical base. An alchemical base you need silver dust, gold dust, and ichor, which are things next level stuff. Dragon powder. Can be used for something. You need demon blood. Demon blood is something you get from killing bosses. And brimstone, which is further into the map. Crystal you can get from caves. Steel fire is from tar and brimstone. And then you have like this stuff which uses resin and plant fiber, which is okay. And then we have a dire bench. And dire bench is super awesome, like for real. This dire bench, what would be a nice spot? So much space, and still so less spot to place it. You know what, let's place this guy for now right down here. Like right down here. Just a little bit straight. Absolutely not. It is okay. Look at all the dining stuff. It is so much, and it is not even too difficult because I believe everything that is green just costs fiber. No, that's yellow. This kind of green, just fiber. Desert berries, which I also found, which is very close to my base. This green uses fiber. And you need glass, and or you need to have a mold. Which is super easy, and just everything you dye uses one glass of stuff. So in here you have this. Now you can unlock a lot more of this stuff. You can even make golden coins, silver coins, bracelets, and all kinds of stuff. There are actually merchants in this game where you can buy stuff from. We need 10 of these. So let's craft one. Put this in here. One of these glasses takes up to 3. The handiest thing is, if you got like a whole stack of these, you just stand at the water and you keep pressing the button and it will fill it up. And then we have the Tinkerer's Workbench. The only Tinkerer Workbench I ever knew is the one from Fallout. Oh man. Like that. Just place it here. In the Tinkerer's Workbench you can have certain stuff which you can bring with you. So a paring blade, a kit that can be used to reduce the weight of a weapon. That is kinda fishy. So you can reduce the weight. I'm not sure if it also reduces the the amount of hit points. A simple armor patch kit. So if your armor is damaged, you use a simple kit on it. Now of course this is actually something that you would like to do at the very early stages as soon as possible. We also got like different kits for different armor. So if you got a very high armor, you cannot use this kit on it. This stuff, a blunder's fitting, can be applied to weapon to increase the damage. Well, that is also a thing. Simple reinforcement, tool upgrades. Simple weapon damage kit. Like there is all kinds of fun stuff, and you would discover this if you play this the first time pretty much later on in the game. Yeah, which is kind of a shame, I would say. I think it'll take too long actually to get this guy going, but you basically get the idea. It does the same, just like the pets assets with placing it down. Now there is one more thing I would like to do. I would like to go to the first cave. I'm just gonna drop off a few certain items. I'm going to keep that thing. I just want to show you real quick inside what is up. I'm not gonna do any bosses because that is just nuts. I already tried it with my second character just to test things. Because I wasn't sure if it would be something fun to do or not. I am going to need a torch, and I would swear that I got a torch. So let's head out. I hope it doesn't go stormy. It's getting light though. I will just show you it all, and then the next episode we will start off doing multiplayer. And yeah, let me know if we need to do a nice restart or a different kind of camp, because now I learned some tips, some tricks. I can do it all a lot better, and I don't mind to do some grinding off camera. Base building, we can straight away do things better, stuff like that. Straight away get some tamings going. Of course you need to keep in mind it is going to be base camp. Okay, let me eat one of these. And yeah, let's see if we can do things better. Now the first episode we saw like a weird thing going on, which is these guys start fighting each other. I remember I was scared for all of them. So that there is an imp. It seems like the imp would like to attack me now, which is okay. I'm gonna go that way, because the reason for that is because in the first episode we saw some stuff going on, and oh yeah, I tried to attack like a boss, like a shieldback boss, which we faced in the second episode or the first episode. At some point, I think it was the second episode, and it is way too strong. It is still way too strong. So down here, I was standing here in the episode. I was like, what is that? Apparently, here's the cave. And you would think it is a beginner's cave. It is absolutely not. Like, oh. Okay. Don't be hasty. Go down. Die, imp. I mean, 2 chops, it's dead, right? But every time you're done doing your attack, you guys have fun. We are gonna go into the cave, Human's Grotto. The best thing of single player is that enemies doesn't respawn that quick. I have seen people's gameplay like Royal, and these dudes that were fighting in the cave, and literally behind them enemies were spawning already. Took like a couple of seconds. So in this cave at the end there is like a 3-skull boss, and this 3-skull boss is standing at a massive ape statue. And apparently, and I forgot another thing, apparently you need to bring like HUDs or certain other artifacts offers, and with that, this is by the way crystal, you can get tons of these in this cave. You only need to find the good spot. Come on. Yeah, there is boss number 1. Alright, he has a pen or a stool on his face. It's not difficult. And well, I had to retreat like at least 2 times. And he's very strong though. Yeah, so as you can see, arrow's not doing anything. You see? It is very bad. Okay, up. So yeah, as you can see, this is like nonsense. I need to be a lot more powerful. I need to get a different weapon. I mean, two-handed is nice, but I'm not very good at two-handed. I would be better with a sword and a shield. If you pass the guy to the right, there's like a bit of water, like a little pond. You can go diving and then underneath the rocks, or you can go swimming to the other side. And you know, maybe I can just quick show it to you by passing this massive ape. Nothing. Let's do that. So here's the pound. I believe the dude can't swim though. So you can go or underneath here, or on top, and here. Here is that dude. This is a 3-skull boss. And there's like a massive, well, I think it's an ape, but there's like a little chest down there. And there is like a little box also laying around. I might need to grab it though, if I'm being very quick. Nothing. Okay. Oh, and there are ghosts. That dude is really quick. I am not gonna mess around with him. I already tried that with a character that was just as strong as this one. The same armor. I leveled the character basically the same as this one. You know, I like to do like a second character off camera, of course. That is the same like this one, so I can see if I can do things differently or discover things differently. But what I don't like to do is go further than my main character. Oh, I hope it's not going to go stormy. Let's get back up. I need to go back to the... Oh yeah, this is what I mean. So if I would hold space and he will fall again, we will grab immediately. Of course, if we continue multiplayer, continue single player again with this one or a new one, I'm not gonna be bothered with a second character. I basically just made a second character because there was like 5 days between making this episode and the last episode, and I like this game to see if I can get some more information about it. Have something more to tell you guys. And that is what I basically did. I discovered a lot, but I didn't discover more than I have been doing in this game if it's about unlocking stuff. I basically discovered a lot about the show bags, a few couple of tunnels, a few couple of recipes that I have been missing. I learned the stuff about the taming with these dudes. I learned about these pets, that they can level, that they can have perks. And there's one more thing that I need to show you. And this is actually what I have been testing last night. I'm onto my second character. And the only silliest thing is you cannot really have a second save. The second character on the same save. Because if you would do a new game, it will override the save. So you have to, copy the map, put it in a different map, then start the new game. And don't mess up those two saves, or else it's gonna be bad news. And this is something that I would not like to mess around when we do, continue the episodes. So in here, which I've also been learning, because the first time I looked at this, I didn't understand anything about this. So we can actually upgrade the shrine in order to get more stuff. Alright, the way how we do that, first of all, we need to go to our religion, we need to unlock this one. And then we can unlock that one, and then we can unlock this stuff, which, this is a weapon and stuff like that. But you would say, oh, do you need to place 3 of them shrines? Apparently this is just an upgrade. So if you think like, why can I not place something more closer or more on the top of it or whatever, that's because this thing will upgrade itself. And if I can show that right down here, as you can see, the stone on top will change, it will get higher, it will get goldier and that kind of stuff. You need to unlock that here. This is the upgrade, and for the upgrade you need 350 bricks, you need a seal, you need shapered wood, and you need iron. Now this stuff here is one of these or this one. The funniest thing is, if you craft one of these, it will get a picture of this one. It is all basically the same. So we need to have 30 of these. So how can we get 30 of these? We need a flash of remembrance, or we need to have an rise of Ymir. We need a skull of Yog, or we need an eye of Set, or we need a tablet of Derkido, or we need a lightering essence. Now it seems all pretty difficult because this is not like stuff that is laying around. It also says it is left on religious altars, so you need to search for an altar, get one of these, and then return later to get another one of these. And you need to have at least 30 of these things. But there is something else you can do. By the way, this is very good food, which is made by this stuff, which is the same as this stuff. We have here this guy. This guy is used in ritual stuff, what it says right down here. Well, let's grab this thing. So basically you can harvest things with this. You can use it as a weapon, of course. It only does 8 health damage, while my sword does 27 and a two-handed does 24 or whatever. Oh god, let me see. Oh man, never mind, let me just do it right down here. The thing that I like it on my second character a lot is, let me see, where is it at? Is this guy, an iron war axe. An iron war axe does 26 damage, this two-handed does 27. I like to have the war axe a lot better because you can have a shield with it. So in this case you have this guy, which I think is funny that you can actually craft this, because look at how it looks. It looks goldy, it has some nice painting on it. But you know what, I shouldn't be complaining about that. So in the inventory it says use, and yeah, it already says that. You need to look at this stuff. It's hallowed, it's ritual harvest, and it's a tool. Now you need to look more at this. It's like a mid-grade tool, because iron, then you have steel. But for an armor, it says bonus encumbrance. So even though this is medium, if you wear heavy armor, it probably won't have any bonus. This is something you want to keep an eye on, and probably certain weapons have also like different this thing can cripple enemies, other things can bleed enemies, stuff like that. Alright, this is the last thing I'm gonna show because we're already on 40 minutes. And of course when I will try to take things more easily when, you know, multiplayer and or if we ever continue the single player. So we have another archer. I'm glad these archers are not like... Oh god. Yeah, you see I'm slow and then this dude... Oh god. So... Yeah, these folks can also carry like very useful stuff. So in this case we grab this ritual thing. We smack it and it says essence at the right side. It will also say that this one. Let me grab this stuff. The right side, we got 2 essence total. So now we can craft one of these foods and one of these drinks. It doesn't do it at animals, I've noticed so far. There might be some other dudes where I can use this. Maybe those imps. Maybe. I'm not sure if it's like human-like or whatever. It seems like these things. Of the soul, yeah, it's like a soul type of deal. Now they would say animals don't have a soul, which is a little BF, but I get it. This game needs to have a difficulty, so we can craft one of these and one of these, and so on. We get like shields, and you only need to kill 30 people to get 30 shields, which you can be able to upgrade the stuff, and so on and so on. This game is a lot of fun. I really enjoy this game. It is super cool. Yeah, you can see, you know, it takes about, what, 30 minutes? We are on 40. I think I started taming this dude at past 10 minutes. So, to the half, it's about 30-ish minutes. It takes like 1 hour to, you know, tame one of these dudes, which is not too long as 6 hours for the creatures. Can I not just stand on here? No? Okay. So in this case, the next episode, like I said before, will be a multiplayer. Now you can also, you know, leave in the comment section if we need to have a starter base on a different kind of location. If we ever get back to single player after finishing multiplayer. So far this game's end targets is like killing these bosses, get all these tablets, which we found the first one here. And stuff like that. Look at this. It's gonna take a long while for single player. Multiplayer will be a lot easier, I think, maybe. Because you're with 2 people. Of course, we can also do single player on, let's say, easy mode. Then the bosses are still difficult because my second character is on easy mode. And it hits you pretty hard. Yeah, the purchase, shamefully, just a half of it, so I cannot show you that. But I will definitely be able to do that on multiplayer. It was a mouthful, so here we got this guy. I don't know if... can I do something to... Oh, okay. Can I do something to hurt and then... What? I... got even more hurt by that. I am... Oh, it is like... It is food and slowly healing over time, it seems like. Is there a way... I wish I could click on it, you know? But it seems like it just heals over time as long as the thingy is in the screen. And you don't get hungry, so you don't need to carry and potions and food. Which is very handy. So this is gonna be it. I hope you will enjoy your weekends, and yeah, thanks for watching. And meanwhile, it is daytime. I just want to take a quick look at this thing down here, and then it's going to take a long while. 1, 4, 2.